What's up guys? So today I am going to be showing you my everyday makeup look. I have had this video requested so many times and I'm finally getting around to doing it. So this is what I do every single day when I get ready. Same products, same everything. So let's get started. All right, so to start my makeup off, the first thing I do is I moisturize with just a standard moisturizer and then I use a primer. Today I used my Estee Lauder The Mattifier Shine Control Perfecting Primer. And then from there, I use my foundation. I'm using the Lancome something crazy that I can't pronounce, Ultra Wear, and the color I'm using is 230 Buff W. And then the brush that I am using is pretty old. It is from Sephora and the name of it is Pro Airbrush 55. From there, I'm gonna use my NARS Creamy Concealer and the color is Light to Vanilla. And I just go through and pat it on any blemishes I have, which I'm gonna point out all my blemishes for you guys real quick. I don't know if you guys can hear, but my dog is like barking down here. There she is. Say hi. Say hi, YouTube. Okay. She sees a squirrel outside and keeps barking at it. Anyway, back on topic. So I take my damp beauty blender and I just lightly tap. And if you press really hard, I don't feel like it works as well. And I make sure to go kind of down to my nose and then up towards my eye. So this whole section. Okay, and then from there, I use my translucent powder. I love the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. This stuff is like my holy grail. But unfortunately, because I love it so much, I am like almost out of it. I can barely get anything out of this. So I'm gonna try to make it work as best as I can. The next thing I do is my bronzer. So I am using the NARS Laguna powder. The lighter you touch your face, the more blended it's gonna be. So if you're pressing really hard, it's gonna make it patchy and it's gonna be really hard to blend. So I'm using the Sephora Full Coverage Airbrush. This is actually a foundation brush, but I really like the angle of it. It just works really well for contouring. Put a little on there and then I just lightly tap and then just so ever lightly blending it in. And then I'm just gonna bring that color up around my forehead to just give my whole face more color and less of just like a one solid bland face. If you don't add color back into your face after your foundation, you can kind of end up just looking like a blob. So this step I think is really important. And then I even will go onto my nose a little bit. I'll just pinch the bristles to make them smaller and more defined. And then just lightly contour my nose. All right, so there's that. And then I used to not use blush, but I got this party color from Tarte in a birthday thing from Sephora, and I started using blush, and now I really like it. And this brush literally doesn't have a name on it. It's just a drugstore brush. And then from there, I do my highlight. So I am using the Becca Perfector Moonstone highlight. And for the brush today, I'm gonna be using this MAC 153 brush. So I do an L shape again when I do my highlight, but instead of going up here, I go into my eye. Like right on that eyebrow bone. And then I'll even take my beauty blender and just kind of blend that out to make it less harsh. This thing has so many uses, so I definitely recommend getting one. It's awesome. All right, and that's about it for my face. So the next thing I'm gonna move on to is my eyes. And if I can find my eyeshadow primer. This stuff is almost out and I really like it. It's the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And I just prime my lids. This keeps your eyeshadow from creasing, which I don't know if it's just me, but my eyeshadow creases like crazy if I don't use this stuff. So while that is kind of drying, this is when I will go in and do my brows. So today and every day, because I love this stuff, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, and the color is Soft Brown. So first I take the spoolie and I just brush my eyebrows up, and then from there I'll go in and fill them in. That's the difference, one brow with the other brow. And then I just go and brush it out again. This just blends it all together. If you don't brush it out, it looks kind of funky. So make sure you brush your brows out. All right, the next brow. So now that my primer has kind of set and dried, I will go in with my eyeshadow. I actually have a bunch of eyeshadow brushes on the way because I only have one eyeshadow brush and it's really hard to do my makeup because everything kind of blends together. But anyway, so I have 3 palettes in front of me because I'm kind of just like using the leftovers of all of them. So the first one I'm gonna use is Naked Urban Decay 2, and I'm using the color Foxy, this color right here. And I'm just using this as my all over base, and this is just to prep my eyelid, which helps the rest of the eyeshadow blend a lot better. So the next one is gonna be my super old Naked palette. This is like the original, I think. And I'm using the color Naked. I'm gonna be using this as my transition color, so I'm just gonna blend it right there. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And this, again, just helps your eyeshadow blend a lot better. The next color I use is in that Naked Original palette, and I'm gonna use the color Buck, which is basically kind of a bronzer color. Okay, from there I am going to use my next palette, which is the Naked Urban Decay 2 Basics. Pretty much this look can be used with one palette, but I have had like all of my favorite colors missing out of each palette, so I have to use like a combo of all of them. And I'm gonna use the color Skimp, which is this lightest color, and I'm gonna just put it right on my brow bone. And then I'm also gonna put it on the inner corner of my eye. And this just really helps brighten up your eye. And then last but not least, I am gonna use the color Sin, which is almost out on my palette. It's like a light pink color, it's really pretty. And I'm just gonna put that on the center of my lid. All right, so that's it for my eyeshadow. I know there's like a ton of steps. So the next thing I do is my eyeliner. I am using Lorax Pro Line in dark brown. I really like using brown on just everyday looks because it looks a lot more natural. If your eyeliner looks bad, it's really not that big of a deal. No one's gonna notice besides you, and you can just put on mascara and it'll just cover it up. So don't worry about it too much. Anyway, the next thing I do is I always curl my lashes. I am like a lash curling fiend, so I never don't curl my lashes. All right, once that's done, I use my favorite mascara ever. It is the Voluminous Lash Paradise in black. So I pretty much put on like 50 coats of mascara, and then I let it dry and I put on 50 coats more. So the more mascara, the better. So that's pretty much it for my face and how I do my makeup, and then I just will put on like a lip. Today I'm gonna be using the Tartiste lip paint, and the color is Birthday Suit. All right, so that is it for my everyday makeup look. Thank you guys so much for again suggesting this look. I love when you guys give me ideas for content because I always want to produce what you guys want to see. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. I will also post all of my social media channels up in the corner for you guys, so make sure to check those out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!